In this video, we will learn data preprocessing steps. How many steps are involved in data preprocessing? We just see on Jupyter Notebook with examples. Let's go on Jupyter Notebook. First step is importing libraries. Whatever library we are going to use in our data, we just import it. Like a pandas, import numpy, import matplotlib, matplotlib.pyplot is matplotlib. Since we are going to use pre-processing techniques, we must import pre-processing, import from sklearn, import pre-processing. Then if whether in our data set is any missing value or not, for checking missing value, we also import missing number library. So import missing number library, import missing number as MN. There is so many techniques to use missing value, but we use missing number library for checking missing values in our data set. This one is the step first. Let's go step 2. In step 2, we import data set. So step 2, importing data set. As we know, df is equal to pd dot read underscore csv. Just give the paths. In case state data, we just put it right R now there. Here we see that there is a 9 row and 4 columns. State, age, salary, purchased. In this 4 columns, 2 columns are categorical value, as categorical value, state and purchased, and 2 columns are non-categorical value, age and salary. In data set, there should be no any categorical value because our machine learning models know only the numerical value. So such types of categorical value must be changed into non-categorical. Now, third step is whether there is a missing number in our data set or not. So we just check, is there any missing number? So it's just how we check. Third step, missing number, find and if there is a missing value, find and replacing missing values. For missing value, we use mn.matrix. Since we have already imported our missing number library, we use it, matrix data from there. Here we just see age and salary contains a missing number. So we must replace it. For this, from sklearn dot import simple imputer, not imputer, because imputer in previous version of sklearn. In recent version, in place of imputer, used simple imputer. Simple imputer. We must define strategy. Imputer should be simple. Simple imputer. Which types of strategy we are going to use? Strategy is equal to mean and missing value is equal to input dot. Now fit and transform this model. First, we just fit this model in our data, to whom we are going to replace the value. So imputer dot fit. Where we go to fit? In age and salary column. So df age and salary. Age and salary. Now we just transform this. df is equal to imputer dot transform. Imputer dot transform. Which one? This. Now we can just replace our missing value. We find missing value and replace it. Next step is splitting data set into the independent and dependent variable to get the array format of the data. So our next step is, which one this step? Step 4. Splitting data set into independent values. Independent means X, independent means Y. How we break? We use ilog function. Simple X is equal to df dot ilog whole rows and last column. Whole rows and except last column. We are going to use X as a independent variable like this. In this column shows whole rows. We select whole rows and we select whole column except last column. Now we must change into the array dot values. We must check it. This one, last column has been left. Now similarly, y is equal to df dot ilog only last column dot values. Check this. Okay, now our data set has been broken into independent and dependent variables and also in the form of array. We find missing value, replace it, break into the independent and dependent variable. Now one thing has been left, that's that in this independent variables, column 0 is a categorical value. In Y, last column is the categorical value. Then we must change it. So next step is just encode categorical value. As we know that in this we are going to use label and one hot both encoding, because in this column there is more than 2 value. But in this column only 2 value, yes or no, so there is no need of one hot encoding. From scalar dot preprocessing import label encoder and one hot encoder both. Then label encoder of X is equal to this label encoder. We just assign X column 0, means 0 column. We are going to change the value from categorical to non-categorical. In column 0, we are going to use label encoder dot fit underscore transfer. Similarly, one hot encoder. Why we are going to use one hot encoder? Because in this column there is more than 2 value. So one hot encoder dot fit underscore transfer X to just check it, print X whether it transform or not. Label, okay. Spelling mistake. This one I didn't transfer. Now similarly for last column, means for Y dependent variables, we must change into the label encoder. So we use label encoder Y into encoders. Y is equal to dot fit underscore transform print y. Okay, now we have changed our categorical value into the non-categorical value. Then we must split our data set into the training and testing. It is a very important step because in the machine learning model, we must train our model. So we, in this step, means step number 6, we split data set into training and testing part. 6. Splitting data set. Here from scalar dot model underscore selection import underscore test underscore split x underscore train comma x underscore test comma y equal to train test split. Assign this model train test split to whom x and y variable. Define test size. Test size must be 2, not to 0.2, and random state should be 0. Just run this. Okay, it is fine. And final is calling feature scaling model. 7 step number 7. Feature scaling. In this, we just import any scaling model from scalar dot preprocessing standard scalar. Standard scalar variable x equal to standard scalar x underscore train. For training, it is important to use fit and transform, but in testing only we can use transform. Then it means x underscore train is equal to, we are going to fit and transform both. Dot fit underscore transform x underscore train. Similarly, not is not transform text. Let's check it. Print X underscore train this value. Now print X underscore paste this value. Now we have seen how we can collect the data, check missing data, replace missing data, break into the independent and dependent variables, encode categorical value, then splitting into the training and testing, and finally we use any scaling methods to process our data. This is all for this. Okay, thank you.